camp, giving our honor glory to the heaven. Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai, Bahashim Hakodash, honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Alright. Today I want to go into a topic. Alright, 1 second, I was trying to plug my phone up. Today I want to go into a topic entitled Esau Destroyed Jake Through Black Culture. Esau destroyed the Israelites through black culture. That was his enchantment, man. Alright. And what he's done with our people, alright, the scripture says that we made a covenant with death. We made a covenant with Esau. Because what people think is their culture, what Jake think is their culture, is really just sorcery from Esau Edom. He knew that music has an effect on Israelites, man. When you think of so-called black people in America, all right, one thing that might come to mind is the entertainment aspect of our people. Because from the time that we were on the plantation singing slave hymns, all right, to the jazz era, all right, to the funk era, the rhythm and blues, or just the blues, all right, music has always been associated with the Israelites. Okay, so Esau has used our blessing, our thing that we do in Babylon, all right, our way of communicating with each other, our way of strengthening each other, which is our music, or he's used that, all right, to influence us to transgress Yahweh Bahashim outside. All right, and I was watching this clip. Well, it must have been a prom date. It was Jake sitting next to his prom date, which was Eve, man. And she was rapping all back. You know, she said that he must have been prom king and she was prom queen, right? And Jake was looking kind of classy. You know, Jake was looking kind of like structured or whatever, right? But right next to him, Eve was looking all ratchet and masculine and shit. You see? She was looking all ratchet and he was just looking embarrassed. She was rapping like probably Glorilla song or whoever song. Maybe it was a nigga song, but she was rapping and she had mannerisms like a man. All right, and Jake was on the comment board, was like, women wasn't even like this when he graduated from high school, and he had graduated like so many years ago. It was the year I graduated. That's why I'm doing a lesson on it. And he was like, women wasn't even like this when I graduated from high school. You know, and I was like, damn, I thought about it. You know, I went to 2 high schools, and one of the high schools, the women was, Eve was, you know, Eve, but they still weren't like niggas, like just masculine. In the other high school, they definitely wasn't like that. You know, and it's like in the past 15, 20 years, now the energy is aligned. Now you see? But not just that, man. Jake is being seduced to destroy themselves through so-called black culture. It's like the Pied Piper. You're following the Pied Piper to your destruction, man. All right? Who made it cool to do pills, to get on Molly and X pills, and who made it cool to sip on syrup, man? Sip lean, all right? Who made it cool to be a lesbian, you know? Who made it cool for women to so-called cheat on their man, which is really adultery, all right? Who made it cool for Jake to unalive each other, man? Like, it's cool. It ain't like it wasn't already happening through black, you know, without the music playing. But the culture through the music definitely amplified and glorified what was going on in the culture, man. Who made it not cool to work a 9 to 5 and just go to work, go home to your family? You know? You see? But ironically, it's not really authentically. Jake is like that. Esau's behind that shit. You know? Just to be a wild animal, man. You know? Jake has aligned themselves with death. And Jake, this us older, Jake is becoming older now. We're older. We could look back and say it wasn't like this when I was a teenager. It was bad, but it wasn't like this. It's worse. You know? As men of the Lord, as prophets. You see, your people can't sustain themselves like this. You know, it's bad out here, man. You know? And I'm not just blaming it on Eve. It's the race, the nation. But the so-called black race is under the vibration of Eve. You know, the people who run it are so-called black women, man. But I mean, that's pretty much the point. Is that Esau has put our people under mind control. They clone Tyrone. All right, through the culture, through the music, through the food. Something in the chicken is in the chicken. You see? But you go to an environment where it's predominantly Jake, and it's just a different vibration. You know? Especially if it's just, you know, low income, la da 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 da. It is a different vibration, man. You go to an environment where it's a variety of nations, or at least just, you know, the well-to-do, all right? And it's just more collective out there. It's more tranquil out there, man. You see? So we talk about the charisma through the spirit. We talk about Jacob's trouble. But Jacob's trouble is like Esau just, he raised the animals. Now he's about to hunt them. That's all that is. I groomed them just to be hunted. You see? And that's our people, man. I know there's something else in my spirit. I hope this is edification. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rochahakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the well to the house of David the elect. Baba Baal, Kamel Shalom.